Start of video. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is a bit different. It's personal, it's heavy, and honestly, it's been one of the most challenging chapters of my life. I want to share this story, not for sympathy, but because I believe there are lessons in it that might help someone else. The title says it all. I found out my Thai wife was already married. Scene change to a more intimate, sit-down setting. Let's rewind. When I first met my wife, let's call her Nok, it felt like something out of a movie. Her smile, her kindness, her view on life. I was completely captivated. We met, we fell in love, and we decided to build a life together. The wedding was beautiful, a perfect blend of our cultures. I thought I had found my forever. Life was good, truly good. We were building our home, making plans for the future, and I had never been happier. For the first few years, everything was wonderful. Of course, like any couple, we had our ups and downs. The language barrier was sometimes tricky, and we had cultural differences to navigate. But our love always felt strong enough to overcome anything. I supported her and her family back in Thailand, something I was happy and proud to do. It felt like we were a team, building a bridge between two worlds. I learned some Thai, she perfected her English, and we created our own unique little world. Slight shift in tone, becoming more serious. The first crack in this perfect picture appeared subtly. It started with inconsistencies in her stories about her past. Small things, details that didn't quite add up. When I'd ask for clarification, she'd get defensive or change the subject. I brushed it off at first. I told myself it was just lost in translation, or maybe I was overthinking things. I trusted her completely, so my mind didn't want to go to a place of suspicion. But then, the oddities became harder to ignore. There were mysterious phone calls she'd take in another room, speaking in hushed tones. There was a time a letter arrived and she snatched it away before I could see it, saying it was just family business. The financial requests also started to become more frequent and more urgent, with reasons that felt increasingly vague. A seed of doubt was planted, and as much as I tried to ignore it, it started to grow. My friends started to notice, too. One of them gently asked if everything was okay. He said I seemed stressed and that Nok seemed distant. Hearing it from someone else made it real. I realized I wasn't just being paranoid. I knew I had to find out the truth, as terrifying as that was. My heart was telling me to trust her, but my gut was screaming that something was fundamentally wrong. Deep breath, preparing to tell the hardest part. The moment of truth came from a place I never expected. I was helping her with some paperwork for a visa renewal. We needed official documents from Thailand. One day, a packet arrived. Inside, amongst various papers, was a document I wasn't supposed to see. It was an official-looking certificate, all in Thai. My language skills were limited, but I recognized certain words, including a man's name I didn't know, right next to hers. And the date. It was from years before we had even met. My blood ran cold. I used a translation app on my phone and my world shattered into a million pieces. It was a marriage certificate. She was already married. She had been married this entire time, to a man in her home village. The confrontation was the single most painful conversation of my life. At first, she denied it. She said it was a misunderstanding, a mistake. But when I showed her the paper, the story crumbled. The truth finally came out, piece by devastating piece. She had married a man from her village years ago, a common practice for various social and financial reasons. According to her, it wasn't a real marriage in her heart, more of a formality. They hadn't lived as husband and wife for years. She said she was afraid to tell me, terrified she would lose me. Pause for emotional weight. The betrayal was immense. It wasn't just about the other marriage. It was about the years of lies. Every "I love you," every plan for the future was now tainted. Our entire relationship felt like a sham. I felt foolish, naive, and heartbroken. The person I had built my life with was a stranger. The foundation of our life together, trust, was completely gone. How could I ever believe anything she said again? The pain was indescribable. It felt like a physical weight on my chest, a constant ache that wouldn't go away. In the days and weeks that followed, I was just numb. I went through the motions of life, but I wasn't really there. I had to make a decision. A part of me, the part that still loved the woman I thought she was, wanted to find a way to fix it. But the other part, the rational part, knew that a marriage without trust is just an empty house. Navigating the legal side of things was a nightmare. Our marriage, as it turned out, was not legally valid because of her pre-existing marriage. The process of annulment was complicated and emotionally draining, forcing me to relive the betrayal over and over again. It was a mess of lawyers, paperwork, and heartache. Shift to a more reflective, forward-looking tone. So, where am I now? I'm healing. It's a slow process, and some days are harder than others. I've had to rebuild my life from the ground up. This experience has taught me some hard lessons. It's taught me the absolute importance of due diligence, of not letting emotion completely cloud your judgment. It's taught me that you can love someone with all your heart, but you can't build a life on a foundation of secrets. But it has also taught me about resilience. I survived this. I'm learning to trust my own judgment again. I'm focusing on my own well-being, reconnecting with friends, and rediscovering the things that make me happy. It's a journey, and I'm taking it one day at a time. I'm sharing this not to scare anyone away from international relationships. There are countless beautiful, successful stories out there. My story is just one, a cautionary tale. My advice is this: communicate openly, ask the hard questions, and verify everything. Trust is earned, and it should be protected fiercely. If you are going through something similar, please know you are not alone. The feeling of betrayal can be incredibly isolating. Talk to friends, family, or professional counselor. Getting help is a sign of strength, not weakness. Taking care of your mental health is the most important step in moving forward. Thank you for listening to my story. It wasn't easy to tell, but I hope it helps someone. If you have any respectful questions, feel free to leave them below. And if you'd like to follow along on my journey of rebuilding, please consider subscribing to the channel. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video.